Our president and owner, Wade Savage, has been in the industry for 30 years, and we've been at our location in Simi Valley for 18 years. We're an aerospace manufacturing company. We do milling and turning. We don't do design or engineering, but we actually just do, we're a job shop, primarily servicing the aerospace industry. We also do some defense, some space. We've done automotive, we've done camera work for the movie industry, so a little bit of some different things. I am excited to be a part of the Guild and some of the other communities that are helping to support the integration of education and business partners together to help us solve the problems that we're facing today. So, I mean, there's not too much for a job shop. How many people here work in manufacturing? Yes? Have a shop? Okay, so it's pretty easy. Come in, you bring your stuff, we take your print, we make your part, and there you go.
I don't think it's that easy.
It's not that easy, but we make a lot of small stuff. So for some companies, they make, the largest parts that we make are roughly at the size of about 8 inches across. So we make a lot of really small stuff. Gaskets, screws, and then other things that we use for refilling components. We make specialized boxes for some defense products that we are part of. And so yeah, but we've been there for about 18 years. We started with just 3 people, me, the owner, and one other machinist, and now we've grown to about 23 people in the last year or so. So we're excited. We've got a lot of growth happening, a lot of opportunity for us. So otherwise, any questions?
Do you have trouble finding people to hire?
Yes. So that is one of the challenges and the struggles that we face, and I'm sure most shops face, is that we do struggle finding qualified applicants. My quality manager, who also runs our production department, will say, I'll take anybody who's willing to learn. You know, it doesn't matter if they have experience, we're willing to teach. I know a lot of smaller shops have a culture that they teach their own. And we've grown a lot of our own people within our shop. But we do struggle finding people, but I know that there's a lot of work going forth right now through the Senior Institute, through BC College, College of the Canyon, that everyone really is trying to work together to help close that gap and make those connections between business and the students so that we can get the resources, the human resources that we need for our businesses to move forward.
Can you say one more time how much you've grown recently and like maybe what the factories are?
We've been there, 18 years. So when I first started there, we had about 3 people. Me, the owner, and one other machinist. And we've probably added about 5 people in the last year. We opened an entire second shift because of the demand from our current customers. They are moving towards a system called Kanban or just-in-time. I don't know if anyone's working with those types of systems. But they require us to have the product on hand within 2 weeks. So they're not going to call me and say, hey, I need this product, I need now. And I thought, well, no, that's this week lead time. So they roll out these demands, and then we fill them. We basically build our own stock. So in order to do that, we need to have a second shift running. At this point, we're not planning on growing any further than that. Our next step is to actually move to a more automated environment where actually our second shift will eventually be completely automated and it'll be lights out. That's where we're planning on moving to. And I think that as far as small businesses are concerned, human capital is the most expensive thing that you have to spend your money on. And as much innovation that you can incorporate into your processes and streamline and get more automated, that's where you're saving money. Because your customer wants the price they paid 5 years ago today. And they want you to be innovative and find ways to make their product better and faster.
So, question. So does that change the profile of the ideal employee candidate?
I don't think so. I think we're still going to need people to operate. We still need machinists. We still need inspectors. We still need people to check those parts. And in fact, finding an inspector is really difficult, an entry-level inspector. We've looked and looked and looked and looked, and I know something that the Senior Institute, I know John Clark's working on, is incorporating that inspection aspect into the curriculum. Because a lot of guys come in, they know how to make the parts, but they don't know how to check their parts. And that's really key, especially when you're in the aerospace industry. It has to be precision. It has to be right. It's not like the commercial industry where you can kind of be off and send it to the customer and they're going to use it. they're gonna send it back to me and say, this product wasn't made to spec, we need to fix it. So I know that we are struggling with it.
Do you
Yes,
use CMM or do you use
we do.
optical?
We
Okay.
use a CMM.
Okay.
We actually have it's O-Select from Zeiss. So it
Okay,
has
we
a
use
probe
Zeiss
on it.
too.
Yeah, it has the probe, but it also has the vision system on it.
Oh, both?
It has both, yeah.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so it's a machine that has on the plates, you can see, I don't know if anyone here knows anything about CMMs. They're, I always forget what's,
Capability maturity model, or is it some
it's
other?
Coordinate measurement.
yeah, that's it. You get used to the acronyms and you forget the actual. But it's a machine that you put your part on and then it has a probe that touches and checks, all the dimensions. And then the vision system, I'm not that familiar with, maybe Mike can, or Bill can talk about that, but a vision system is where you put your part on and it kind of, it's the one we have scans it.
Right.
And then you can program the equipment so that the next time the part shows up, you put it on there and you scan it. And the program's already set. So as far as the skill set, that's something that's really important. There are very few employees who know how to use a CMM. Even just a basic CMM with just the probe, and definitely not someone who knows how to use a vision system. So that's something that I would say education-wise, that would be a great component to start bringing into the curriculum. Yes, Bill?
So in terms of the brain trust at your company, when you talk about automation programming, it takes, because I do a lot of that,
Mhm.
it takes a real capability with numeracy and trigonometry and
Mhm.
geometry. Is that centered amongst the owners, or any of your employees actually have those skills?
We actually are the owner possesses that as well as our quality manager. So we have a couple of very experienced machinists,
Mhm.
one in particular that's very well, has a lot of capability in that area.
Mhm.
But a lot of, the younger operators, they don't have all that yet.
Mhm.
And so it makes getting your parts processed through inspection not as fast, because only a few people can use that machine in the shop. Whereas you're just using hand tools, you may be able, the operators can use it, but the machine provides a lot higher accuracy. But that limits the number of people that can use that equipment, which means it creates a bottleneck in inspection, so. Interesting. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Do you have any current entry-level openings that you'd be able to train?
I don't at this time. We've actually filled all of ours. Unless we have someone leave, do you have a candidate in mind? I always interview. I always tell people, interview people. I always give them a chance because I never know when that opportunity might come. We had someone that was he was like a machinist 3, like almost an engineer, and he was working with us, and then he ended up getting another job opportunity and left. So if somebody gets an opportunity and they leave, or they just decide that this just isn't really the career for them, I always keep those resumes, because I always call people back and say, hey, I saw you 3 months ago. I would love to interview you again. We have an opening.
Well, what I was going to offer is that if you did have openings, one of the features that the Workforce Innovation Opportunity Act funds provide is we have a job center there in Simi Valley that could help with recruiting free of charge, as well as advertising free of charge,
yeah.
and online capabilities for all that as well.
Oh, yeah.
Something to
Yeah.
keep, I'll give you my
Yeah,
card.
that sounds great. Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one. If you would like to share that information, but what does that CMM machine cost, the one that you got?
The one that we have was about $60,000. Yeah. A regular CMM, I believe, is like between 20 and 25. And I don't know, I mean, they make different ones. Zeiss makes, I guess, and their equipment and their software is very proprietary.
Yeah, that was going to be my follow-up.
Yeah, it's
question.
very proprietary. I know there is another gentleman, a part of our guild, who works for Verisurf.
Yeah.
Who's that? Do you remember Mary Beth? He does, yeah, he works and they sell CMMs, and they also, Verisurf, I believe, is a more flexible program and is a more, what I would consider a platform.
How easily does it cross over? Like, let's say that,
And
starts
I would
along
ask him
and
to do a spotlight.
Oh, that would be good, yes. Yeah, I would ask him, because I don't know that much about their software. Yes, sir.
I may have missed it, but do you have pre-apprenticeship or apprenticeship programs for incumbent workers?
We don't currently. We are working, SWAG is one of the people that we're partnering with. I know there's going to be some other partnerships that are actually working right now. I know the Ventura County college has something going. We've actually gotten a student from BCCP. Amazing student, amazing. I mean, he's one of our best employees. He works our night shift, and I love him. Everybody loves him. He's great. Which just goes to show that what's happening at the college is really paying off in dividends here in the business world.
Thank you. That's a great place to move on to our next topic, so thank you so much. And so John is up next, and he is going to chat with us about where we left off in June and where we are now.